From Edina's Coleman Stadium on a cold and rainy Tuesday night here in Edina, it's time for the state tournament quarterfinals as the number 2 seed Wayzata Trojans host the Lakeville North Panthers. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bill Hupp alongside Sig Ligry, and Sig, Wayzata scuffled in the section semifinals, had to survive a penalty shootout against Minneapolis Southwest.
Yep.
But then they got back to their winning ways, 6-0 over Rogers in the final. They cruised, and they're in pole position here on one side of the bracket with the number 2 seed as they face a stout defensive team in Lakeville North. Should be a good one here. Pretty low scoring between these two teams.
I would expect that. But when you go back to the Southwest game, I think Wayzata came out pretty strong in the first half. And then for some reason in the second half, they were just a little bit lackadaisical. But they pulled it out in penalty kicks, and here they are after beating Rogers. Lakeville North Panthers, pretty solid on defense. They're not going to be afraid of the Wayzata team. And they are here to play.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Just giving up 8 goals all season, and 4 of those, Sig, happened in 1 loss. So they're a pretty resilient bunch, and they have given up just 1 goal in their 13 wins this season. So the formula is pretty set for the Panthers. When they defend well and keep a clean sheet, they tend to win.
Absolutely.
And they will be led offensively by junior Lexi Bennett. 9 goals and 5 assists on the season for the junior striker. She's by far and away their leading scorer. And Sig, she'll be one that the Trojans have to keep in check today.
Yeah, with 9 goals and 5 assists, we know she can score, and she also knows how to distribute the ball. When she sees an opening for her teammate, she will get the ball to that player and assist for the goal.
The scouting report in talking to some people about this Lakeville North team is that they defend extremely well with the likes of Lexi Singer and Abby Roy on the backfield, but that Lexi Bennett is one of their few offensive threats. So Wayzata will hope to, again, keep this Lakeville North team down. Meanwhile, Wayzata will be led by who else? Grace Estby, the Minnesota-bound senior co-captain, 17 goals and 8 assists on the season for the senior striker. She had one of those clutch penalty kicks in the win over Southwest, and she also added a goal. And the thing is, Stig, 6 different scorers in that 6-0 section final win. So that goes to show that as good as Estby is, you can't just focus on stopping her.
But this is a coach's dream when you have that many players scoring goals, because you're not going to get one person who's being identified and locked down on. And when you look at Estby, if you haven't seen her play yet, you're in for a treat.
Yeah, she's
very aggressive, very skillful.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Tony Pesnecker in his 34th season, hoping to lead Wayzata to another state championship. The first step in that journey coming up here from Edina's Coleman Stadium momentarily on CCX.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
It's a cold and rainy night here at Coleman Stadium in Edina, but we're a little late to start. But Bill Hupp and Sig Ligry with you here on CCX for this state tournament quarterfinal. Excitement nonetheless. Rain 54. It feels like 48. Rain likely all game. Fingers crossed, Sig, that we don't have another lightning delay that we had that ended the boys game, a game that Wayzata ended up winning over STMA by a final of 5-0 in the first quarterfinal here. But the fans have stuck around, and we will have soccer coming up here as Wayzata takes the field in the blue kits with the gold lettering and numerals, as you see there, and then Lakeville North will be in the white kits with the black numerals, red lettering, and red piping. Sig, it should be an interesting game. Lakeville North
Right.
unseeded, but make no mistake about it, this is still a very good Panthers team.
Yeah, they have, like you said, they have a reputation for their defense, for playing tight, and that's going to be something that Wayzata will have to identify and then resolve and figure out how to get around it. Otherwise, I don't see any more lightning coming on the radar that we just checked. So we should be okay. Rain, yeah, but I don't think we're going to see anything nasty.
Can certainly play in the rain. As we take a look at the Class 3A girls soccer bracket here, as you see, Edina the top seed, and on the other side of the bracket, Andover and Egan. This Lakeville North team beat Egan, although they did not. Egan was the one who ended up winning the conference title in the South Suburban, but Wayzata and Lakeville North, the winner of this game will take on the winner of the third seed White Bear Lake and Maple Grove, which is taking place at this stadium in 2 days' time, and that'll take place, that game, on Halloween morning, 10 a.m. at US Bank Stadium. So Trojans hoping to get past the Panthers in advance to the state semifinals at US Bank Stadium. It's the goal, Sig, of every team, boys and girls, that comes into the season.
Absolutely. This is what they dreamed about at the beginning of the year, and now it's the time to make it happen.
Absolutely. Grace Estby and company there, locking arms, getting ready to go here. Again, on a night when we were supposed to start at 7:30, we're starting almost an hour late. As you can see, it's wet and windy, and the rain continues to fall, although now it's considerably lighter than it was earlier. Sig, how might the inclement weather how might that affect this soccer game tonight?
I don't think it's going to matter that much in terms of temperature. I think the footing is going to be good because it's a turf. You may see some slips here and there, or if they have cleats, the cleats could jam in. But overall, it's going to be weather-wise pretty good.
Yeah, you have to be sure-footed out here as these two teams both take the field. Wayzata will be moving right to left. A beautiful stadium here, Kauffman Stadium. As the state quarterfinals, as you see, the last time these two teams met at the state tournament, Wayzata was the top seed. They took down Lakeville North 3-1 in the third place game. So Wayzata taking home some silverware the last time these two teams met, obviously very far apart. Wayzata out of the Lake Conference, Lakeville North out of the South Suburban Conference, as they'll have Peyton Kropp, the junior, in between the pipes. And on the other side, it's Wayzata with Sophia Alvarez. So a pair of juniors in between the pipes tonight for each respective team, as Wayzata gets ready to kick off with Grace Estby, the Minnesota Golden Gophers, all-state bound, all-state forward for the Trojans. These two teams have been anxious to kick off for some time, and they finally do. We are underway here from Coleman Stadium in Edina, the state tournament quarterfinals in girls soccer between the second-seeded Wayzata Trojans and the Lakeville North Panthers. Both teams will look to obviously make sure they tighten things up defensively. The umbrellas are out below us. And Sig, the games like this, they're often cagey affairs. They're often pretty tight defensively. Each team careful not to make a mistake.
Yeah, well, right now they're just exchanging passes and trying to intercept them.
Grace Estby takes it down in the midfield for the Trojans. Estby on the turn, tries to feed it to her teammate Tenley Sendon, and it's walloped out of play. Kind of weather you expect this time of year, to be honest. We've had it's been pretty unseasonably warm so far, but this is kind of what you expect, the game before the semifinals in US Bank Stadium.
Yeah, and we've been used to that in the past. And normally by this time you're playing in snow.
Yeah, you certainly can be sometimes, depending on how things go. Alexa Rupert, Lexi Bennett on her right foot. Bennett crossing over, drops it. There's a shot from distance, and Alvarez has it all the way and claims it for the Trojans. Not a bad shot at all. First shot for either team so far. But Alvarez with a steady pair of hands there to save it. Foul in the midfield. will go the way of the Trojans. And this is where, Sig, you really, as a goalkeeper, I would imagine, have to be sure-handed with a slippery ball such as it is.
Yeah, you have to stand in front of the ball, capture it either in your stomach or in your chest, and wrap your arms around it, and don't let it go.
Play a short free kick, kind of a training ground move, and it doesn't work. It's all the way back to midfield, though, and the Trojans try to regroup. Lakeville North and Lakeville South have dominated Section 1. Since they split up, the two Lakeville schools split into two in 2005, and they have really bossed the section ever since. Been pretty impressive how they've done it. A Lakeville team has made state in 23 of the last 25 seasons as that shot flashes wide. We're early going here, still scoreless between the Trojans and the Panthers. As you take a look at Peyton Kropp. Kropp, 79 saves in her junior season, and this is a team, like we said, Sig, they lost 4-1 to Rosemount, and they've given up 4 goals, period, the rest of the way. They lost 2-1 to Minnetonka, 1-0, and they also drew 1-1. And in their wins, their only goal they gave up in a win was to Rochester Century. They won 3-1 over Century in the section semifinals. Ariana Balgobin battling for it with for Lakeville North, trying to control in the midfield. You were about to say, Sig, sorry.
I was going to say that's pretty good credentials for the Panthers.
Yeah, defensively, that's a pretty stalwart record.
Yep.
Under the direction of Marco Campoverde in his second season in charge of this Panthers program. As you see, the head coach there taking over for Brian Lehman, whose daughter was a superstar, now playing for St. Thomas. Sendin for the Trojans. Hounded all the way down the wing by Kaylee Tomzak. He's going to UMD next year. Sendin in the middle for Estby. Estby gets it down, and she said it took a deflection, and indeed they are going to give him a corner. So Wayzata gets the corner. Great ball in by Sendin.
There's a lot of traffic, a lot of feet trying to make contact and just can't quite get there. Here comes the first corner.
First corner coming up. They do a short corner. Clearly something they've worked on. Shot from distance. It deflects out of play, and they'll get a second corner. Avery Olmstead teeing that one up for Wayzata.
Again, if you're Lakeville North, you need to be wary of this. You don't want to give a team like Wayzata too many corners.
No.
Or any set plays.
Pay.
Yeah.
To the middle, great ball. Down, that shot blocked. Blocked Rose Schlaffel's shot attempt. They get it wide, however. And it's going to be a third corner as they're unable to control. Megan Sullivan forcing the action there. Wayzata already with a free kick and 3 corners in this first 5 minutes.
They haven't capitalized yet, and again, they decided to move the ball out instead of towards the goal area.
I wonder if they feel like they can't compete with the height of Lakeville North or something.
I don't know.
Who knows? Avery Olmstead, I thought, was maybe going to try to tee it up, but instead she moves it near side for Sullivan. But well stepped by the Panthers. And they are able to stretch things out a little bit. But a good amount of sustained pressure there, Sig, from Wayzata.
Yeah, they were pressing pretty hard.
Nodded forward by number 15, Bryn Kanan. Just a freshman, couple freshmen that see time for the Panthers. Great ball up ahead. Excellent move here by Davy Melky, and she forces a wonderful save by Lakeville North. Collision in the box, and it's going to be a goal kick. Play on, says the ref. I was waiting for an indication. Davy Melky, the senior forward, ran onto that one, evaded a defender, could have fed it near. She had Estby hard charging there, but she decided to go it alone, and a fine save made by Peyton Kropp.
Absolutely. Crop stood her ground and Wayzata didn't have anybody else coming up to get that rebound.
Unofficially 3 shots as that cross goes onto the roof of the net. As we take a look at Tony Peschnecker. You know him well. He's in his 34th season. Listen to this record. 543, 96, and 60. Incredible legacy for one of the best girls soccer coaches in Minnesota State history.
Yep, and 17 state appearances.
Yep, not too shabby. Wayzata, a regular fixture here at this girls soccer state tournament.
But right now they got their hands full with Lakeville North Panthers.
Yeah, Lakeville North also a bit of a perennial powerhouse as SB loses out. The moisture and the rain gives this field quite a sheen on the screen. Into the channel, Olmsted tries to cross. It's blocked by Lakeville North and cleared by the Panthers. Up ahead, looking for Ariana Balgabin. And unfortunately, Michaela Adams could not let it stay in, and I'm not sure about that.
I'm not sure about that
or
either.
did they give Balgabin, did they call a foul on Balgabin? I think they did.
No.
Or no, throw to Wayzata.
Throw.
But like I was saying, it just with the rain and stuff and the lights, it just gives the field sort of an interesting sheen.
Yeah, it does.
As reflecting off the Coleman, the very slick Coleman Stadium surface. Take a look at Michaela Adams, the senior with a goal, but obviously a fullback, so her job is to prevent the goals more than anything. Big collision there. It's loose in the box. Balgabin, Alvarez out, and she dives on it. Sophia Alvarez off her line, just ahead of Ari Balgabin, the senior with 4 goals and 1 assist on the season. Senden. Tenley Senden dances to the outside.
Trying for the cross, gets it, but a defender is right there.
Absolutely. There's a shot from distance. Oh, and not a bad effort at all from Nicole Mahabadi as Espy was lurking. And actually, that might have been Sarah Hyde, the junior, who took that shot. Thought it was Mahabadi, but we're a long way up here in the press box at Coleman Stadium. Controlled nicely in the midfield. Estby, a lot of their offense is going to go through Grace Estby. Balgabin chasing, and Adams wisely goes back through her keeper.
Alvarez obviously calling for that one.
Yep, got to be careful here, though, as it's stolen away by Alexa Rupert. Rupert to the top of the box, and her cross is blocked out. It'll go for a throw, a long throw in for Lakeville North. Rupert, the junior, 5 goals on the season. They try to control near the end line, and it goes out of play, and it'll be the first corner of the game coming up for Lakeville North. Their fans delighted below us.
And we'll see if
Lexi Bennett will take it.
See if they can capitalize on a corner.
Players warming up, you can just see the mist and how just difficult the sight lines are down there. Bennett with an excellent corner, but a nice job by Alvarez to punch it. Wayzata forces it out all the way back to midfield. Not exactly the hoof-it-long clearance that you want, but it was effective. It got the job done, and a great job by Alvarez to read that and be first to it.
Yeah, don't take the chance of trying to grab that kind of a ball because it's going to be slippery. Just punch it out and let your defense do the work.
We talked about the numbers defensively for Lakeville North, and they're very impressive, but Wayzata has very impressive defensive numbers as well. Now, they're a little bit skewed by the 7-2 defeat they took to Edina to end the season, so it's not as impressive as you might think, but they have pitched 14 shutouts and just been, well, you just don't get to this point as the number 2 seed unless you have a stout defense. Second corner here coming up from Lakeville North. The near post, and Rupert heads it over. And actually, they're going to say that I believe Adams Adams or Lexi Bloom may have gotten there first, so third corner coming up, third straight for Bennett. Bennett, another good ball into that near post area. Wayzata gets the first two heads to it. There's a shot from distance, punched away by Alvarez. A terrific right-hand save by the sophomore goalie, Sofia Alvarez. Sprawling. Let's see that again here, Sig. Shot from distance and just punched it aside of a strong hand from Alvarez. Another one in fourth corner, and this time it's swept away. And now Grace Espy on her horse, trying to catch up to it and apply some pressure and relieve some pressure from this Wayzata defense. How about that save, Sig? That's the best we've seen from her here in the state playoffs.
That was a big one. Now, was that on the move in the other direction?
In front for Espy, and she couldn't quite settle it, so it's swept away. That goes to show how quickly this Trojans team can attack. For 13 minutes gone by here, first half, scoreless between Wayzata and Lakeville North. 7 corners already in the first 14 minutes, Sig.
That's a lot.
Pretty unheard of. It goes to show both teams with attacking intent. Throw in from the far side for Wayzata. In the middle, nodded forward. Trojans try to control. It's taken away from Mahabadi.
And
again, Adams will go back to Alvarez.
Panthers pressing all the way.
Yep. It's what they do, something they certainly like as Balgobin tries to get back on side. Neither team wanting to give an inch here as tried to get by. Ella Brinza tried to get by one of the Lakeville North Panthers, Kaylee Tomzak, but could not. Adams. Pass in the midfield finds its way to number 14, Sarah Hyde. Midfield play, Sig, always so critical to determine who wins a soccer game like this.
Well, it certainly does identify which side is going to maintain control in the center and they get the ball up into the right offensive third.
Lakeville North, unseeded coming in, 12-3-2, but certainly if there was seeding, they might be the number 6 if they seeded 1 through 8 because they've had a real strong season.
Yes.
Won the Section 1 title over their rivals Lakeville South comfortably, 3-0. Ari Balgobin had 2 of the 3 goals. Good job defensively by the Trojans to come over and intercept it, and then it goes off over the end line and out of play. Wayzata, meanwhile, the 2 seed, as we said, 18-1 coming in. Sig, the last 2 seasons, now they got upset in the section quarterfinals last year, but the last 2 seasons, this Trojans team is a combined 35-2-1.
Wow.
That's pretty darn impressive. Now that includes regular season and playoff soccer, but yeah,
right.
Just an incredibly impressive resume here. Opportunity here for Lakeville North, but well defended once more by the Trojans, ganging up to take that ball away and clear the danger. When I was, not that I had much of a soccer career, but I always loved playing in the rain. I thought it was a lot of fun, although it does present its unique challenges.
Yes, it does.
Turned over, and here comes Lexi Bennett charging forward, and she has it taken away. An excellent tackle by Avery Olmstead.
That was a nice defensive play. Made the play on the ball. Got a good tackle out of it.
Only 1 foul so far, Sig, so through the first 16 minutes plus, it's been a relatively cleanly played game. As that runs out of play in front of Adams, who's had a strong start to this soccer game. What Sig, I'm curious, what kind of advantage do you think Wayzata having a manager like Tony Pesnecker on their bench. What kind of advantage does that give the Trojans?
Because the players respect him. He guides them. He will admonish them when they don't play to their potential. But the girls will perform because they're used to him and they know his background. If you look at his record, that's pretty doggone impressive.
Extremely impressive. And you have to respect his soccer credentials, right? His
Yes.
chops.
Yeah.
I mean, the man knows his footy. So you take a look at him in the box and cleared comfortably by Lakeville North. And sometimes you just have to know when to get it launched, as Lexi Singer did right there. Singer, one of 3 Division II college commits. She'll be going to Mankato next year to play her college soccer. Try to hit Espy on the throw-in. Instead, it's cleared by Abby Roy. Those two, Singer and Roy, the center back pairing for this Lakeville North Panthers team.
You can see Lakeville North stacking up the defense.
Again, the throw-in knotted out of play. Balgobin tries to keep it in, or there's Balgobin, I should say.
Oh, there's
Cross
a poor
field pass.
Oh, wow. Good lucky that
Dangerous.
was not picked off.
Dangerous, as Lakeville North was tracking it very intently. Haley Bross was, or beg your pardon, Taylor Dudzinski, Northern State commit, was also almost there to take it away. Instead, it's Megan Sullivan tries to play Melky into the channel and runs out of play. Unlike the boys' game that we just saw, Sig, that finished 5-0 in favor of Wayzata, I don't think we're going to have 5 goals in this game.
No. A 1-0, 2-1. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and predict, but
Yeah.
look at 2 teams who are trying to possess, but they also have very good defenses, and they're doing quite well on the takeaways.
Yeah, each team forcing turnovers in the midfield. Good communication as Olmstead dances past Dudzinski. This is Sendin.
She's going to try and go downfield,
Yep.
do a cross, but she's being double teamed.
Yep. Good defense there as Sendin drops it back. In the middle here, Sullivan, one of the captains, looking for Melky, and again, well read, this time by Lexi Singer to clear the danger. Maybe the MVP of this team, Lexi Singer. Helped on, Estby doesn't get there in time as Peyton Kropp scoops it up. But a nice idea, the right idea from Wayzata.
Right.
As Davy Melky played it into the path of Estby. Stolen away here by Sarah Hyde. Melky.
Tried to force it past the defense and ended up being blocked.
Yep.
Nice stop to maintain possession.
Yep. Adams controls it. She'll get it back, but just out of her reach. So a little bit of panic. And Sig, that's what can happen, right? When
Right.
you have the pressure of a defense of a top line, as Olmstead and Adams not quite on the same page.
Well, the Panthers are marking up pretty tight.
Kaylee
And when they
Thompson.
see somebody dribble the ball, they come after and double team them.
Yeah, they definitely don't want you to get comfortable. Lexi Bennett controls and goes off Olmstead's leg for a corner. Already the 5th corner of the half. Bennett not taking that one. She clearly takes them from that far side. But Trojans have to be on their marks when it comes to set pieces. As you see, the rain just continuing to pelt the field. In swinging corner, and Alvarez, I think a Trojan may have gotten ahead to it. And they're going to say it's a goal kick. So Lakeville North protests, but it's a goal kick for the Trojans rather than another corner kick.
Here, see it again.
And indeed it was. I believe it might have been Melky or Schlaffel, 10 or 18. I think it was Schlaffel who got her head to it
Right.
and kept that one out. Those in-swinging corners are tough to deal with, though.
Yes, they are.
Melky's pass a little errant. And now it's Lakeville North with a little bit of momentum. The red and black feeling good after piling up the corners. They survived the initial Wayzata storm. Melky sweeps it along. Haven't seen too many subs that I've noticed anyway so far.
No.
18 minutes to go before half. Edina's Coleman Stadium, the site of this first girls soccer Class 3A state quarterfinal. Bill Hupp, Sig Ligry, Isaac Rice directing in the truck, the rest of our terrific CCX crew.
Especially tonight, standing out there in the rain.
Seriously. Espy chasing, and Lakeville North wisely clears the danger out. Because Espy, and part of her skill, not only is she obviously a very technical soccer player, but she's also super fast.
Yes. And she has good vision.
Here's Melky trying to get a cross in, and not bad effort. Forced Peyton Kropp to make a save for Lakeville North. As if the rain is bothering either of these teams, you wouldn't know it.
No.
But it is just steadily coming down and will do so, we expect, the entire game. We just hope there's no more half-hour lightning delays that we have to sit through.
No, we don't need that.
Lexi Bennett battling with Schlaffel, and it goes out of play for a Panther throw. As you can see right there, that's a great indication of just how hard it's raining outside. But both teams have to play in it, right?
Yes, they do.
As Sig checks the radar. Collision in the midfield, and that's going to go the way of Wayzata.
Well, I don't see anything ominous, but you never know. In this kind of atmosphere, you can get a thunderstorm pop up almost instantaneously. Meantime, here we are, wet and still playing pretty hard.
Yeah, it's been an entertaining game so far despite no goals. Dozinski pressuring Olmstead. Dozinski loses out to Sendin. Tenley Sendin looking for Melky, and it's cut out and knotted into the Wayzata bench. Both teams huddled under those white awnings, those white tents on the far side.
Doesn't keep you warm, but it keeps you dry.
Shot from distance hits Espy. Or that was, I think, Espy who shot it, and it hit, I believe, Sarah Hyde. In the middle, good leave. Sendin with a shot. Still loose, Sullivan. Now it's to Sendin. Here's Sendin, and it's blocked and saved. Nice job of positioning by Peyton Kropp, who was behind it all the way. Sullivan got it over to Sendin on the left side. Sendin cut it on her left, and then Sig, take a look at this shot right here.
Good save. Slapped it down and then fell on top of it.
And just dive on it, yeah.
That's exactly what you want the keeper to do in this situation. Push the ball down in front of you and then fall on it.
Because what you
don't give a rebound.
Yeah, and what you don't want to do is try to catch it only to have it slide through your hands.
Exactly.
Into the goal. As you take a look at Peyton Kropp, who's played all 18 games. 18th game appearance for her. The backup is JoJo Fasenik Jr. Knotted on. Great control by Sendin. Attack has been kind of narrow for Wayzata, but Sendin tried to change that. Speeding down the left wing. She gets a cross in, and it goes out of play for another
corner kick. Wayzata.
Wayzata corner kick. Haven't had one, though, after having the initial 3.
Right. That's their fourth. Yeah, that's their fourth.
Sendin will be a target in there, as it's going to be Megan Sullivan who takes it, one of the co-captains for this Trojans team. Inside of 13 and a half minutes to go before halftime.
And this one's not going to be short. It'll be
out of play for another corner.
No, it's tied 5-5 on the corners.
Yep. Each team with 5 corners apiece.
That one was a little bit low.
Yep, but well defended at the near post by Lakeville North.
There you go.
This one to the far post, off of the head of a Panther player. So it'll be a corner kick on the far side now for Wayzata, and Eastby will come over. Estby, rather, I should say, will come over to take it. Grace Estby. And I'm not sure how much Savannah Varbanoff knew about that, but she got in the way. And that actually might have been Isabella Thomas on that post.
This is a left-footed, so it'll hook in.
There's a shot, and it's just deflected wide. Excellent job. I'm not sure if that was, I think that might have been Lexi Bloom. Let's get another look at it here. And no, it was actually Nicole Mahabadi. And she just, it was a glancing header, Sig. She just couldn't get it on target.
Yeah, couldn't get the right angle.
Counts as a shot, not as a shot on goal.
Right.
And so with 12 minutes remaining here in the first half, still scoreless. Each team with opportunities, but the defenses are holding up. Aspie checks her run, and the ball is swept out of play for a Trojan throw. Trojans trying to make it 2 for 2 tonight here in the state tournament quarterfinals. Boys have already booked a date in the semifinals at US Bank Stadium in Class 3A with a 5-0 win over St. Michael Albertville. And was it a classic Wayzata Trojans boys performance, Sig?
Yes, yeah. Balance on offense, defense.
Controlled play.
Possession. Oh, yeah. You know, every level you can think of, they were there.
So congratulations to them.
Yeah, they struggled a little bit in the first half. They were up 2-0 at half. And then the dam broke in the second half. And then with 13:29 to go in the game, up 5-0, the lightning came and they decided to end it.
Which I think was probably the right decision.
Yes.
Here comes the Trojans in the counterattack. Nice glancing pass wide.
Oh, that is just outstanding defense. Stay in your position, stand your ground. Get your foot in there and force a turnover.
Yeah, Espy was battling, but she lost out. Here's Sullivan with time and space in the midfield. Oh, beautiful turn there. Excellently done by Sarah Hyde.
Fanned on it.
Yeah, the clearance, not much on that, but fortunately for Lakeville North, it comes to Kaylee Tomzak. And then a great job closing down by, I believe that was Davy Melke. Three-quarters of the way gone here in the first half, and it's been maybe not as cagey as we thought, but it's been the back and forth battle that we thought it would be between these two teams. And, Tony...
Oh, you can't do that. You can't just sit there and wait.
Thought I was going to run out of play. Instead, it goes off of Balagaman, and it goes out of play. Yeah, I took my eyes off it because I thought that same thing that Olmsted thought, which is that it was going to run out.
No, you can't stop.
Got to see that one over the line as Rupert drops it back. Near side, stolen away from Tomzak by Senden. Senden's had a really nice game. Here's Sullivan. Tomzak, her pass taken as Rupert loses it to Sullivan. Sullivan hounded from behind, but great strength on the ball by her. Now she moves middle.
Trying to set something up
from distance, and that's
a little bit too high.
Always over, as you usually have to have it be pretty spectacular.
Now on for the Panthers, number 2.
Balgabin is subbed out, and Riley Sones, the senior, replaces her. And we'll see what kind of strategic changes that results as I believe it's going to be Alexa Rupert, who moves up top now in place of Balgobin. Singer, or Bennett rather. Got my Lexi's mixed up as the bounding ball. Send-in is there, but Lakeville North wins it back. Great job of stepping there. Excellent speed exhibited here by Michaela Adams.
Nice save.
Oh, great job by Sendin. Nifty footwork to keep it in play. Here's Adams.
Sends it up.
Indeed she does, as Hyde passes it back. Here's Hyde from distance, and it's punched over. Nicely done there. The save by Kropp. A little bit of a delayed reaction, but yeah, Kropp punched it over. So it's going to result in another corner kick. But what a drive from distance, and Kropp just did the wise thing and pushed it over the top of the bar. 4th save for her. 7th corner unofficially now for Wayzata. Espy to take it. In the middle, and it goes in! Wayzata takes a 1-0 lead here with time running out in the first half.
Yeah, we always say you cannot give up too many of those set plays before you have to pay for it.
I want to take a look at the replay because I'm not sure if it was Sendin or somebody else who knocked it in. Knotted down, it's Mahabadi. Indeed, Nicole Mahabadi, her 2nd of the season. And Sig, she just missed one in the first half.
Right.
But she made no mistake here. She just missed one earlier, I should say. But Nicole Mahabadi gets Wayzata on the board and gives the Trojans a 1-0 lead.
And she's been working pretty hard this first half. And gets a big reward.
And credit to the assist for Estby. Her 11th assist of the season. As that's into the channel. Wayzata looking to pile on more to the near post. Nearly out of the reach of Peyton Kropp. She had to go down. And again, Sig, who was in the middle of it but Grace Estby?
Yes. See, that's what makes her so dangerous. Is, when I look at the goal scores, the numbers are nice, but I look at the assists. Because that tells me a lot about their, not only the skill set, but their ability to see the field, see where your teammates are, and be unselfish and just give them the better shot.
Lakeville North has not conceded many goals this season, so to score against them takes some doing.
Yep, and they've been working hard.
Yeah, they have, but
and so has the Lakeville North. The Lakeville North defense has been stalwart up until that point.
Yeah, they've been pretty outstanding as well, but I think a deserved lead for Wayzata given the number of chances that have been created as that pass is errant. Just 5 minutes to go before halftime. Wayzata with a 1-0 lead over Lakeville North here in the state tournament quarterfinals. Goal coming off a corner kick with 6:34 left in the first half as Nicole Mahabadi gets her 2nd of the season, assisted by Grace Estby. Sendin back for Schlaffel. Looking up ahead, trying to hit Sarah Hyde. Now this is Sullivan.
Wayzata doing a good job on offense. They're
moving it well, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they've shortened their passes and they've figured out that you got to do a one-touch, two-touch.
Espy making a nice run to the near post, but well read by Singer and cleared. Still on it though. Flag waved, and we have our first offside.
Offside.
Short time here, first half, as Lakeville North looks to hurry things up.
Yeah, they would love to get a goal to even it up going into the halftime.
Or at least get to halftime trailing by just a goal. Obviously, and we saw that it was a 1-0 advantage against Southwest. And then
Right.
Southwest came out like a house of fire in the section semifinals and ended up tying the game late, which forced overtime and then
4 or
penalties.
6 minutes to go.
Yeah,
when they tied it up.
I think it was like 4:15 left.
Okay, that could. Yeah, I knew it wasn't much,
No, it was under 5. I know that.
but they had been pretty. What's that? It was pretty flat for the second half. Then in the overtime, they turned it up. They had 2 or 3 shots that went off the crossbar or the post.
Yeah, they had 2 in that one sequence. One went off the post, one went off the crossbar,
And it didn't miss it by much, as I
No.
recall.
no,
Another
SB
inch or
had
so
one of them.
lower, that would have bounced right in.
Yeah, SB was sliding in on that far post and could not quite keep it down. Wayzata seems to be fully focused here today, though, as Schlaffel pressured by Brooke Beardsley. Beardsley with 6 assists on the season. And it'll be a throw for Kaylee Thompson. Singer sweeps away the danger, tries to put in a dangerous position anyway. And Sohn's in there. First action for her. There's a shot from distance, but Alvarez, who always looks poised, is not troubled there. Flicked on by Estby, and Singer clears it. Big Hornet at midfield here at Edina's Coleman Stadium. Nice and centrally located. That's one of the nice aspects of it for
Right.
if you're Wayzata and Lakeville North, kind of meet in the middle.
Yeah, easy access.
Yep, right off the highways.
Well laid out. And it's a beautiful stadium.
Yeah, it really is.
And the Panther defense again getting that takeaway, but they can't get the transition going. And I think part of that problem is they've only got one player up on top.
So the lone striker up top, just not holding the ball up. A lot of pink boots out there for the Panthers.
Don't see it. Pink Panthers.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, one of us is going to do it.
You read my mind, Sig. Even though Peter Sellers is before my time, but
he was in my time, and I enjoyed all of his activities. He was a genius.
45 seconds and counting left here, first half.
Wayzata trying for one more offense in the Lakeland third.
One more push for the Trojans. They'll have a throw in on the far side. They got to hurry, though. Less than 30 seconds remaining. Oh, if they could get one before halftime, that would be huge. Cleared initially, and then a nice job by Lakeville North of just nodding it out of play. Right to Tony Pesnecker and the Trojan coaching staff. 10 seconds remaining. That one will go out of play.
And that should do it.
As time expires here in the first half at Coleman Stadium in Edina. An entertaining first half it was. Trojans get on the board thanks to a Nicole Mahabadi header off a corner kick late in the first half. And they take a 1-0 lead, the number 2 seed, into the halftime break. We'll be back with first half highlights, analysis, and more from Edina here on CCS. 1-0 halftime lead for the Wayzata Trojans, the number 2 seed in Class 3A girls soccer, over the Lakeville North Panthers on a cool and rainy night here at Edina's Kauffman Stadium. Bill Hupp alongside Sig Ligry, and Sig, a look at some first half highlights, Sig, and there was quite a bit, even though the score was only 1-0, and it was Lakeville North who got things going early as Taylor Dudzinski challenges Sophia Alvarez, but Alvarez stood tall and made some nice saves.
Stood her ground.
And meanwhile, Davy Melke and company tested goalkeeper Peyton Kropp for Lakeville North. She too had a nice first half. There were plenty of shots to be had, plenty of corner kicks for both teams as well. This may have been the save of the game as Alvarez made a diving save to stop it. Kropp kept a clean sheet for most of the half, and this was a great effort as well that she had to tip over the bar, but Wayzata would finally break through with 6.5 minutes or so left. Nicole Mahabadi off a corner, a beautiful corner by Grace Estby, and she nods it, just steers it past Kropp for the lone goal of that first half, and that's how we stand with a 1-0 scoreline. But as you can see from the stats, Sig, Wayzata has a deserved lead as they are comfortably ahead in most of the stats.
Yeah, they're ahead in the stats, 13-3 on shots, 6-3 on shots on goal. Fouls, surprisingly, only 0 to 2 for Lakeville, so not too much action in that area.
No, not very physical at all.
And corner kicks, like you were saying, that's quite a bit, 7-5.
And a lot of that's just, the opposing team defending it well and then another corner resulting from it. But there have been some opportunities, and as you saw in the highlights, there have been some plays made by both sides. But Wayzata, as we said, has a pretty deserved 1-goal lead here through one half of play in Edina. It will continue to rain, but we'll continue to play soccer, weather permitting. Second half action coming up next here on CCX.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Nicole Mahabadi, the goal scorer in the first half for Wayzata, and the Trojans have a 1-0 lead as we get set to start the second half. Lakeville North will kick off. Wayzata moving left to right on your screens as Avery Olmstead and Sophia Alvarez prepare to defend this 1-goal lead with a spot in the state semifinals in Class 3A on the line. The rain continues to steadily pour here, but I feel like the turf and the footing has been relatively good. Sig.
Yes.
We have not noticed that being an issue.
No, it hasn't. The turf is drained very nicely.
Megan Sullivan charging out of there with it in the midfield, plays it down line into the path of Davy Melke, and a nice job coming over to sweep away the danger by the Lakeville North defense, which has been as advertised.
Yes.
We talked about how good Marco Campo Verde's defense is, and other than that goal, they've been pretty solid despite surrendering 13 shots in the first half.
Well, let's see what Wayzata tries to do if they can draw that defense out a little bit.
This is Melke. Down line looking for Espy. She lays it off. Shot from distance. And trying to grab it was Peyton Kropp. It spilled out of her hands, but fortunately for her, her defender was there to help her in the form of Kaylee Tomczak. So it'll result in a throw-in. Great shot on goal by number 14, Sarah Hyde. As you see, Hyde nearly doubled the Trojans' advantage before Tomczak swept away the danger. Now that one goes out of play over the end line. It'll be a goal kick for the Panthers. Not a bad start, though, Sig, for Wayzata, huh? Really strong start indeed.
Yeah, they came out firing on all cylinders.
Lexi Singer gets it ahead. Well read by Schleifel, though. Rose Schleifel. Intercepted by the Panthers. Now they try to control. That was Savannah Varbanov. Estby on the turn, a little bit behind, but it runs to Melky. Hyde. Back for Melky, takes a deflection.
Well, that took a weird bounce, didn't it?
It did, right toward Peyton Kropp in the Lakeville North net. Melky takes a shot from distance, and that would have to have been special. I wasn't sure if that was a cross or a shot, but either way, it's a goal kick for Lakeville North.
Yeah, I think it was a shot trying to get something up in the corner, but did not make it.
You really have to have your technique down from that distance to
Yep.
to get it right, as that goes right to Estby and right back to Kropp. And we'll do it again. 3 minutes gone by here, second half. Wayzata, should the score hold, will find themselves in the state semifinals once more in their 17th state tournament appearance under longtime head coach Tony Pesnecker. You just think about how many classes come through and how much the kids change.
Oh, yeah.
It's remarkable consistency that Coach Pesnecker has developed in Plymouth.
Yep. You look over how many times they've been in section finals, and then into the state and championships. It's just like, wow.
He's been in a rainstorm or two. It doesn't faze him.
Nah. Well, I'm not going to go there, but
He may not like it, but it doesn't faze him.
He likes warm weather.
Goes out of play on the near side. Good step by Melky. She's been all over the place.
Yeah, she's been really active.
Down line looking for Rupert.
She's double teamed and gets the takeaway to the Trojans.
Always up to Grace Estby, always providing herself as a target for her teammates.
Right, and then you see how she
sprinting forward, yeah.
She moved the ball back, gave a backwards pass to set things up.
Yep, excellently done as Lexi Singer sends it into her own bench to clear the danger for Lakeville North.
Yeah, you need to have the skills, but now you also need to have the soccer smarts to go with it.
Yeah, it's definitely a combination thing. And if you have the smarts, you can sometimes compensate for
not having the full skill set.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Not sure it goes the other way, though.
No, I don't think so.
Estby nods it forward into the path of Davy Melky. Great strength, Melky! And unfortunately, she shot it right at Kropp, who got down and made the save.
Lakeville fans are enjoying this.
Great job by Estby, though, to somehow get it in the path of Melky, who had the strength to fight off a challenge from a Panther defender. So, again, Wayzata has had its chances. Hyde battling in the midfield. It's taken back by Rupert. Off of Hyde, good block, finds its way to Estby. Estby looking for a running send-in, and a good job by Singer once again to read things and send it launched out of play. As you take a look at the replay here, and just a great job by Melky to literally just come shoulder to shoulder with her defender and win that one. But now a chance again for Wayzata. And I feel like, Sig, maybe it goes without saying, but that next goal is all important. I think a 2-goal lead for Wayzata
would be tough to overcome. Yeah,
pretty safe, but 1-1, it's anybody's game.
Well, even 1-0, it's almost anybody's game.
Oh, 1-0.
We've seen that.
Well, yeah, 1-0 for sure is anybody's game as well.
And that happened last time we covered them.
Uh-huh. But, yeah, 2-0 with this defense.
That
a
would
lot
be,
can change.
Yeah, that would be a big uphill climb.
Yeah. You would think.
Oh, I've
Especially the
seen
way.
stranger things than that.
Oh, for sure. Especially the way, though, that Alvarez and the back line of the Trojans seem to be locked in here tonight. Balgobin knocked out a play on the far side there nicely by Michaela Adams, who was everywhere in the first half. Balgobin. Great team defense to steal it back by Wayzata. Mahabadi runs out of play on the far side. This is the kind of weather where you have a hard time just keeping your equipment dry as well.
Yeah, there's
Just the
no way you
relentless
can do it.
rain. Yeah. Trojans, or Panthers, I should say, haven't run out of play. Trying to just get some sort of a sustained possession. Now, they did test Alvarez in the first half several times as
Yes.
the Wayzata makes a couple
Now
substitutions.
on for the Trojans. Number 3, Anna Munyon.
Anna Munyon making her first appearance, the co-captain, who I don't think we saw in the first half, comes on for the first time. As well as number 26, Addie Milo. Have not seen Kate Amelette, the sophomore, who was pretty instrumental in that game against Minneapolis Southwest. Hyde has kind of been in that central midfield role instead, as that one goes off of Munyon and out of play.
Yep, that's where the slippery ball comes in play.
Yep. A
You don't-
great job by Lexi Bennett rather, to force the danger. And a nice job. What speed right there
Nice
from
recovery.
Michaela Adams. Come over. Alvarez had come off her line to try to challenge the recipient of the pass, Balgobin, but ultimately the speed of Adams won out. That's something that where you can get away with making a mistake in a read sometimes because you have the pace to catch up. Munyon lets it go out of play as Isabella Thomas couldn't get around her. Just about 10 minutes gone by here, second half. Still 1-0, Wayzata. Munyon pressuring. Lexi Bennett hounded from behind by Ava Nair. And it runs out of play on the far side. Sig, what have you thought of the Wayzata defensive performance here tonight?
Pretty strong. They're staying in their position. They don't allow anybody to get behind them. That's key for a defense. Don't let somebody get behind you. And they're not afraid to go out there and tackle the ball.
And they've defended set pieces pretty well as well,
Yes.
which is key. Oh, dangerous pass here. Kind of go to the back pass. Olmstead recovers in time, but not before Lexi Bennett caused a bit of bother as well. We highlighted her in the open. Rupert tries to keep it in play and can't. It's a goal kick for the Trojans.
They're trying to come down the sideline and then get across, but they're just not connecting.
Just down those wings, right? They're attacking,
Yep.
particularly it seems like the left wing.
Yep, that's their favorite. But then again, so is Wayzata. They love to go down the left side. But have you noticed neither team has gone down the middle?
Yeah, they're not super narrow in their attack as Munyon can't get to it first. It runs out of play on the near side at midfield for a throw-in for the Trojans. Still wouldn't be surprised to see Espy pop up with a goal. Nearing
Wouldn't be
20 for the
yeah.
season.
Wouldn't be surprised at all. If anybody can penetrate the middle of a defense, it's SB.
Great job keeping it in play by Adams. Forcing the defense as Milo sends it out of chases after it, and Wayzata with a throw in on the near side. Into the box. Battle for the header, and Kropp just lets it go out of play.
Yeah, not much.
Hyde was up there challenging for it. But
not much on that one.
Hyde, 3 goals and 10 assists on the season. 12 minutes gone by here, second half. Still just a 1-goal lead for Wayzata, the 2 seed. And it doesn't seem like weather is affecting things too much, but it's hard to say when you're not playing in it.
That's true.
Hyde goes back to Schleifer. Mahabadi with a heavy touch, and Singer sweeps it away. Either team or both teams have just traded spells of possession as Thomas takes a bump from Munyon.
Yeah, it's pretty much the battle of the 20-yard lines.
And runs
and
out of play.
Wayzata just happy as a plum with that, because they're not giving up any quality shots to the Panthers.
Or any shots, period, really. But in that instance, yeah, you're absolutely right. It's just trading possession and time ticking away here in this state quarterfinal, Class 3A. Great job by Taylor Dudzinski, the Northern State-bound junior forward. One of 3 NSIC commits, Division II commits in this Lakeville North side. I always love it when I see kids pressing that aggressively. Little 1-2, but that's a little too far, and Schlaffel able to clear most.
Tried to go over the touchline, didn't quite get there.
As far as Olmsted, she patiently clears, even though Bennett was making the run. Great ball into the channel, but again, Kayla Adams comes over and allows the Wayzata defense to regroup. That's not bad either, because you
right.
Again, you buy some time, you let your teammates come back, and then it's just a throw-in. Good step. Bennett ushers it out of play for a Lakeville North corner kick. Already their 6th.
Corner kick.
First of the second half, though, and they throw all the bodies forward. Tons of white jerseys flooding into the box. It will be taken here by Isabel Thomas. Alvarez comes, doesn't get to it, but it goes over everyone's head. Bennett tries to trace it down. Instead it goes down line. Collision, and that might be knee to knee, and that might be a foul. I think it's going to be a foul. Not a card, but Lexi Singer takes a bump from the sophomore, Addie Milo. It's been a well-refereed game.
Yeah, it's been
here tonight.
Low-key in terms of fouls. That's the first foul against the Trojans.
Yeah, and actually it was Jamie Beardsley, the freshman, sister of Brooke, who did the collision, was involved in that collision. Singer goes for goal, but Alvarez is always there, and she falls on it after knocking it down. And you talked about that strategy in the first half, Sig.
And I'm pretty sure that came from Coach Pesnecker. He was a defender when he played professionally.
Just said knock it down and
smother it.
And you got to just be careful when you do knock it down that you don't knock it into the path of a rival.
Correct.
Who's lurking.
Correct. You have to knock it down in front of you.
Lexi Bennett. There's a shot from distance. Not much on the shot, though, from Taylor Dudzinski. Nice play by Lexi Bennett to win it and then tap it off for Dudzinski, but she couldn't get much on the shot. But another shot on goal for Lakeville North. And I would say, Sig, that the Panthers have looked better in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, they've been
offensively, I mean.
Yes, they are. They're taking possession and they're moving the ball down, keeping it off the foot of the Wayzata offense.
3 subs into the game for the Panthers as Marco Campoverde tries to get his team some fresh legs and one
Now on for the Panthers.
final push for the game-tying goal. Maybe not a final push, but
Number 6.
Brooke Beardsley,
Beardsley and number
one of the
7.
returnees. That was off the face of Estby. She seems to be okay. Beardsley, a little panicky on the cross. Gets it back here. Ahead, looking for Isabella Thomas. Racing with Sendon. It's not a battle you're often going to win, as Tenley Sendon is so fast. You wonder if these kids, any of them know each other from club soccer. Very likely.
I wouldn't be surprised. There are so many summer programs and clubs and USA Cup and all sorts of stuff going on.
True.
They know each other.
Yep. Addie Milo, a goal and 8 assists on the season. Just seeing the field for the first time here in the second half. She flicks on the header to midfield. And then it's mishit by Nair. But a great job again by Schleifel to get it into the path of Sullivan. Down line, Estby. Grace Estby trying to drag it to the end line. Gets a cross in. Excellent job initially by Sarah Hyde to get a touch to it. But now Wayzata will be forced to play it back through their backfield. And again, Lexi Bennett with some excellent pressing up top to make things uncomfortable for the Trojans, and it results in a turnover. That's the thing, is Lakeville North just trying to string together a handful of passes. Wayzata's not really letting them get comfortable.
Yeah, but the Panthers are hanging in there.
They sure are. Defensively, we knew it was going to be a low-scoring game, or we thought it would, and sure enough, that is how things have evolved here as Bennett. Olmsted takes it off her toes. Falls kindly for Estby on the far side in front of the Lakeville North bench. Here's Sullivan in midfield. Olmsted. Near side, Nair. Deflected out of play. Munyon can't keep it in. 4 co-captains for Wayzata out there right now. So we're inside of 21 minutes to go here, second half. Just about midway through, Wayzata clinging to a 1-0 lead over the unseeded Lakeville North Panthers. Estby checked her run, and it'll go out of play for a goal kick. Sig, what does Wayzata need to do as they make a substitution? What does Wayzata need to do to get that all-important second goal?
Well, they're not getting the good passing that they were having near the end of the first half. They're taking kicks that are just not really on target.
Abby Beal into the game for the first time for Tony Peschnecker, as she has it here for Wayzata. .20 to go, halfway through the second half. A spot in the Class 3A Girls Soccer State Semifinals on the line here at Kauffman Stadium in Edina. Coleman Stadium, I should say, not Kauffman. That's in Kansas City. Runs out of play for another goal kick for the Trojans. Again, good pressure applied up top by Brooke Beardsley. Lakeville North parents,
Wayzata.
boisterous.
A little bit.
Feels like it's been a fairly cleanly played and well-refereed game,
Yes, it has.
which you like to see. You want it to be decided on the field and not.
Right. Especially in the state quarterfinals.
Yeah, no doubt. Munyon in the midfield.
Nice pass through.
Yeah, beautiful pass. Ahead, looking for Eastby. Estby couldn't get there, though. Dudzinski loses out. Here's Munyon. Looking for Millo, and it just runs out of play. Not on the same page as Brooke Beardsley was covering. Now, Sig, someone like me, I need to be named Beardsley. Or would that be too on the nose? I don't know.
Yeah, it's too much. That's too on the nose.
That's too on the nose. Throwing on the far side, you can see the ball kids twirling the umbrellas, doing the Seinfeld twirl. Great pressure. And you can sense, Sig, I think when you're watching this game, you could sense the urgency from Lakeville North a little bit more.
Yes.
As time is ticking away.
They've become much more intense in the last few minutes.
Especially in terms of pressing.
Right.
In terms of pushing up. Haley Bross watching Mahabadi. Out of the reach of Bennett. Well, Lexi Bennett has certainly put herself about, the junior midfielder with 9 goals on the season. She has been all over the place. These are the games, Sig, where you're happy that your team has long sleeve kits as well as short sleeve ones.
Oh, yeah.
Beardsley. Wayzata just doing such a good job with that back line of not even giving, oh, beautiful spin move here. Pass in the middle, but every time something like that happens and the Trojans clamp down the danger.
Right, yep. They converge on the offense and shut them down.
It falls kindly for Estby. Here's Grace Estby, and it goes wide, saved by Peyton Kropp. That one took a deflection, Sig, right into the path of the girl who you do not want that to happen. And beautiful job by Estby of just letting it run across her body before turning and firing on her favored left foot. Just gorgeous soccer right there. And an excellent save on the other end by Kropp. They'll go with a short corner here, Will Wayzata. Estby centers it, or tries to. Shot from distance goes out of play.
I'm not sure why they continue that short pass on the corner.
The short corner, yeah, I don't know
why. Not working.
Especially when they scored off a long corner.
Right.
And they almost, Mahabadi, if you remember, the first one she narrowly missed, and then the second one she put in. Here's Estby on the turn, trying to find Melky, but only finds Beardsley. Great job, though, tracking back. We talk about the press of Lakeville North, but the pressure of Wayzata has worked wonders as well. Almost finds its way to Estby. Instead, Singer, with nice composure, clears the danger. I don't even want to say the word lightning in case a jinx happens. But
no, don't say that.
Mercifully, it has stayed away ever since the game started at 8:15. 15 minutes left here, second half. Trojans, the number 2 seed, hanging on to a 1-0 lead. And honestly, and I think Tony Pesnecker would be the first to tell you, he'll take 1-0, he'll take anything, 2-1, whatever works. Whatever gets the job done. Survive and advance this time of year. Melky up ahead into the path of Estby. Here comes Grace Estby in the open field, and a beautiful save by Kropp. Estby had a chance to make it 2-0 and effectively end it, and Kropp made another fine save, and we got to look here. That's just a great reaction save.
That was strictly reaction.
Tremendous. I wasn't sure if Estby was going to try to go low and just roll it in, kind of pass it by the goalkeeper, but nothing that Grace did there. That was just a tremendous save by Kropp.
Let's see how this is going to be the longer range attempt.
Yep, because it's with her left foot in the middle. It's loose. That's 2 for Wayzata. Trojans get the all-important second goal again off a set piece.
That's what we were just talking about.
Davy Melky, who scored in the section semifinal, scores here in the state tournament quarterfinal. And with 13:54 remaining, Trojans now lead it 2-0.
Here we see it again. Nice placement, hooks the ball in. A lot of traffic.
Scoring for Wayzata,
And
number
then
18,
in.
Davey Mokelke.
We see it from the other angle. Ball's bouncing around, finally gets contact and into the net. Making it 2-0.
Davey Mokelke, the senior. I'm not sure you'd give the assist to Estby there. I don't know if you would because it was cleared initially. But regardless.
I don't think it's because it was cleared and then came back in from somebody else.
That goal coming with 13:34 to go and making it 2-0. And now Marco Campoverde has to wonder what his team is up against, as they have to get 2 goals back just to force overtime here in the last 13 minutes.
Yeah, they have to.
Yep. They call the foul throw. Love it. You do not see that called nearly enough, Sig.
Right.
But it's called there, and it's advantageous for the Trojans as they get the ball back. So both goals coming tonight, Sig, off of corners. The first one was on a platter for Mahabadi to deflect in, to glance in. And then Mokelke, Davey Mokelke, scoring when Lakeville North couldn't really clear it.
Yeah, we can call that
just being there.
We can call it a pinball score.
Yeah, exactly. She's a pinball wizard. And Mokelke has come up with some big goals, including the one that, again, it wasn't nearly as nice a goal as the Southwest goal where she lasered into the top corner, but this one, they all count the same, and this one is a big one indeed for Wayzata. Mahabadi in the first half, Mokelke in the second half. It's 2-0 Trojans. 12 minutes remaining as Estby. And now I would think Lakeville North would have to throw all of the white jerseys forward.
Absolutely.
As Alvarez scoops that one up.
Yeah, you see Alvarez calling off the defender, saying, I got it. And she's going to punt.
This would be if it stands, it would be the second consecutive clean sheet as Estby nods it forward. And Kropp off her line. And it's so tough. Kropp has played extremely well tonight.
Yeah.
Between the pipes for Lakeville North, but those ones are tough where you just can't clear it.
You can't be all over the place. I mean, that's a pretty big net.
Yeah.
If you measure it off, that's a long ways to go.
Lakeville North fans urging their team on with 11:11 to go.
Yep, now is when they need to generate a lot of offense. If you have to, dump the ball in and go after it.
Well, and it doesn't really matter if you lose 3-0 or 2-0.
No, it doesn't.
So you may as well divert, throw bodies forward and just hope that throw players forward and just hope that it's enough. And that could give Wayzata a chance to score on the counterattack as Kropp.
Yep, which is something they're very good at, by the way. Their transition is excellent.
Wayzata, oh yeah. You might see it there as Estby may not have scored yet tonight, but she has contributed. Her corner kicks in dangerous places from those that left corner has led to 2 goals as she here kicks it forward, looking for Hyde. Lakeville North, and again, talking to people, around the program, they just said they're pretty stout defensively. Their record is indicative of that much, but it's just a matter of can they find the goals.
Yeah, you look down their schedule on the number of goals that they've given up. It's pretty tight.
Yeah. Goals in, I believe, just 4 games. Including that 4-1 loss to Rosemount, which is a tremendous program. Mahabadi tries to split defenders, but Rupert is there to take it away. Inside of 9.5 minutes to go here, second half. The girls soccer state quarterfinals on CCX. You can, again, sense the urgency. If you didn't before, you can really sense it now from Lakeville North.
You have to mount an attack. This is not when you want to play that tight defense. You need to open up. Which is good news and bad news because There's nothing Wayzata likes better than to play open field.
Right, exactly. Singer down line looking for Lexi Bennett. Failed clearance attempt. And then Bennett takes the worst of that tackle as Olmsted came in. Here's a lefty cross, and Alvarez, I think, was there, but Olmsted made the best of it and decided to take no chances and cleared it. So it'll be a corner for Lakeville North once again. And that one's tricky there, Sig, as you see the replay here, because
that's a tough one to evaluate.
Yep, Adams, first of all, missed the clearance. Then Olmsted came in, made the tackle, and then she recovered enough. This Bella Thomas kick. And actually, I beg your pardon, that was not Olmsted who cleared it. It was number 19, Abby Beal. And poor Lexi Bennett is injured, is shaken up, as you see her. So now.
Oh, boy, that's not good.
Yep. So she's injured. Lakeville North fans want the clock to stop.
Let's hope it's nothing serious and she can come back in.
Lexi Bennett, yeah, and you could see that the tackle, it was just sort of a when she tapped it past Adams, may have caught in a cleat or something, but she's obviously in some discomfort. So substitution comes on as they've reset the clock to 8:06. But that's a big loss if she can't return, as she's obviously the leading scorer for Lakeville North. And you see it right here on this tackle, Sig.
Clean tackle.
Yeah, clean tackle, but Olmsted catches her.
Catches the leg, and then, right there you can see.
Sure enough, there it is. Middle of the box. Wayzata gets ahead to it first. Inside of 8 minutes to go. Still loose, Alvarez.
Again,
Wisely
get on the
falls.
floor.
Yep, Wisely falls to the ground.
And I'll bet you a dozen donuts that's exactly what Tony Pesnecker told us to do before the game.
So if I lose that bet, do I get a dozen donuts? Because that's a bet I want to lose. The speed of the Panthers on the counterattack. As it goes out of play, it'll be a Lakeville North throw. Trojans with a 2-goal lead here. The number 2 seed looking to book a date on Halloween at U.S. Bank Stadium for the Class 3A state semifinals.
And the winner of this match is going to play the winner of White Bear Lake and Maple Grove.
That's right. Maple Grove upsetting Spring Lake Park in overtime, a game I called, as they took down the top-seeded Panthers. And if they were to meet the Crimson, that would definitely be a familiar matchup, as Kropp gets there ahead of Estby. And it just feels like that second goal really took the wind out of the Panthers' sails.
Well, it may have, but I think it also juiced them up a little because now they know that they're in trouble. So they have to really play more intensely.
Nyer gets a cross in. It's blocked. It falls almost kindly to Estby again. But Olmsted is back there. Such poise on that back line for Wayzata.
Yeah, they are. They're very comfortable in their positions, and they react quickly.
Adams and Olmsted in particular have been rock solid back there. Nyer as well. Singer charging forward, and it's in that kind of game for Lakeville North.
Yeah,
as,
the breaks just don't go your way.
Singer could not keep the ball in play.
Oops, miscue. Recovered.
Which happens. Wayzata, should they hang on, would improve to 19-1, and again advance to the state semifinals. Last year was the team that they thought was going to maybe be the state champion, but soccer is soccer, and Mounds View beat them 3-2 in the Section 5 quarterfinals, ending the perfect season for Wayzata. Or I believe it was maybe 17-0-1, and then they lost.
Yeah.
Finished the season 17-1-1. 5 minutes to go, second half. in the Class 3A state quarterfinals. And the nice thing, too, Wayzata is going to get a little more time to rest because remember the Maple Grove White Bear Lake game is actually taking place 2 days from now. So Wayzata will, in theory, have 2 days extra of rest than whoever they play. And they're not going to play until Halloween. So 8 days from now, I believe, if my math is correct. Or maybe a week from now, I guess.
A week from Tuesday, yeah.
Yep, a week from today. Charging forward, Sullivan. Singer lumps it forward. Wayzata with a goal in each half, and that's how they have a 2-goal margin.
You know, it's like a broken record. You know, the defense comes in, knocks it out. Defense comes in, knocks it out.
Yep.
I mean, that's what you call consistency.
And it takes a team effort, doesn't it, Sig?
Yes,
to keep
it
a
does.
clean sheet. It takes a team effort. Goals in the first half by Nicole Mahabadi, and in the second half by Davy Mokelke, her 6th of the season.
And then you count on your defense to shut them down.
Yep. And it's got to be a good feeling for Coach Pesnecker and his Grace Estby and the Trojans to know that, hey, if we just get a goal or two, that should be more than enough. As a foul is called. Wayzata falls back as Lakeville North has to move quickly with just 3 minutes to go.
Ouch. That one hurt.
Yeah.
Missed the target, and you turn over the ball.
Waste of a good free kick.
But then again, you got to remember that ball is not dry, so you don't get good, clean contact with the ball.
Lakeville North will finish their season 12-4-2. Another tremendous season, another state tournament appearance for this Panthers program.
Now let's see if the Panthers can launch an attack.
2:20 to go, and just not much time, especially with the way that that Wayzata is defending.
Yeah, the D has been pretty solid tonight.
He said the farther you go in the playoffs, the harder and harder it gets. That's what Coach Pesnecker told Sun Current reporter John Sherman.
Yep, I believe that. He's been telling me that for years.
He knows. Espy had a goal and 2 assists in that 6-0 section final. She's got 2 assists here tonight. Lakeville North making their 12th state tournament appearance since 2009. Pretty remarkable for this Panthers program. But they're going to see their season end in the state quarterfinals tonight.
Well, let's look at a minute and a half to make something happen. And they do have possession.
If I'm wrong, we can cut up the tape, and this will be used against me. But I'm fairly confident in my assertion that this one is.
I'm not going to disagree.
Yeah, all but over, especially with Espy and company just falling back. They're not parking the bus either. But
No.
a minute is just tough to score 2 goals in.
1 minute remaining in
Hyde,
regulation. 1 minute.
as we got 1 minute to go in regulation. Big thanks to our crew here tonight. Director Isaac Rice, replay, terrific job, Danny Benz. Congrats on your recent nuptials. Big thanks to our camera crew tonight as well, Sig.
Big shout out to
in
the camera
rain,
crew.
The rain in the low 50s temperatures, braving the elements to give you high school state tournament soccer as we're under 30 seconds away from Wayzata making another trip back to US Bank Stadium.
And the Wayzata fans are rooting it up.
Yep, as they should. 10 seconds to go. Time will expire here at Coleman Stadium in Edina And in the rain and cold, the Wayzata Trojans, the number 2 seed in Class 3A, advance to the state semifinals at US Bank Stadium on Halloween. 2-0 the final. They defeat Lakeville North. Tremendous, as they will face the winner of White Bear Lake, the 3 seed in Maple Grove. That game will be played 2 days from now here at Edina's Coleman Stadium.
And that'll be an interesting game. We've seen Maple Grove before. They're actually a very good team in spite of their record.
Yeah, they're a young team, but they're learning and getting better all the time. And we'll see what happens, but the 2 seed Wayzata rolls on. They improved their season record to 19-1. Goals in the first and second half do it for the Trojans as they down Lakeville North here today. So that'll do it for us here in Edina at Coleman Stadium. For my broadcast partner, Sig Ligry, I'm Bill Hubb saying good night from Edina, where Wayzata, the 2 seed in Class 3A, advances to the state semifinals in US Bank Stadium, courtesy of a 2-0 win over Lakeville North.